The Skin Doctor, Chapter 7, Skin Mirror of the Soul. The skin is the largest organ of your body. It is the physical boundary between you and the world, the living border that translates the inner into the outer and vice versa. Its sensitivity is not limited to touch, it also reflects your emotions, your stress levels, your self image. Many people believe that skin disorders are merely matters of hygiene or genetics, but that belief overlooks a fundamental truth, one that mental practice has demonstrated again and again. The skin responds to the content of the soul, not symbolically, but as a literal and physiological reaction. Eczema, hives, rashes, cirrhosis, chronic acne, rosacea. These may all have hidden roots in emotions, instructions that the subconscious translate into dermatological signals. The skin more than a barrier. The skin is more than a barrier. It's a screen, and on it the subconscious projects its films. It's important to understand that the subconscious does not hide its conflicts. It expresses them. If it cannot do so through words, it will use images, dreams, pain, or functional illness. In the case of the skin, that expression is often related to themes of identity, contact rejection, or self perception. A person who does not feel comfortable in their own skin will often show symptoms on it. Someone who feels attacked, dirty, exposed, or unworthy of being seen may develop conditions that quite literally fulfill those sensations. The body does not create arbitrary symbols, it creates reactions faithful to the dominant belief. That is why the skin can be considered the surface where consciousness becomes visible. The skin listens to what you think of yourself and it obeys. I recall the case of a young woman who had suffered from cirrhosis since she was 13. Her skin peeled in reddish plaques, especially on her arms and neck. She had been treated with creams, steroids, ultraviolet light, and special diets. There were temporary improvement, but the outbreak always returned. When I asked her what she felt when she looked in the mirror, she didn't hesitate. Repulsion. I asked her to describe in detail what her inner dialogue sounded like upon waking. She replied, I think my body is disgusting. No one will love me that I look sick. I pointed out that her subconscious was projecting that very script onto her skin, the mental movie being played on the most visible organs. Her body wasn't betraying her, it was following a program. I suggested a daily practice of visualization and corrective self image. Every morning she was to look in the mirror, her hands on the affected areas, and repeat, the skin is sacred. This skin is clean. This skin is my divine garment. Only light lives here. I am pure. I am worthy. I am new. I also ask her to visualize her skin as a whole, as a white fabric, smooth, soft, absorbing golden light with every breath. At first, it was hard for her. She repeated the phrases without believing them, but the daily repetition paired with the image to influence her emotional system. And as her emotional system calmed it, freed the body from inflammatory pattern. After 3 months, the outbreaks had reduced by 80%. It was denial, it was substitution. It wasn't denial, it was substitution. Her subconscious received a new film, and projected it onto her skin. Conventional medicine now acknowledges that the skin responds to stress, that it becomes inflamed when the sympathetic nervous system is overactivated. That releases histamine in response to threatening thoughts. But the next step, understanding that inner language can, after this reaction, not with hollow phrases, but with sustained affirmations, um, that you give it a different message. When thought changes, the neuroendocrine system responds. And when that system relaxes, the skin reflects it through softness, renewal, and visible healing. Epidermal cells are constantly renewing, but the pattern by which they do so depends on the information they receive. And that information is largely mental. A middle aged woman with eczema on her hands and face told me that every time she had to express her opinion, new lesions would appear. As we explored further, we discovered that since childhood, she had been taught that speaking was dangerous, that being visible was inappropriate, that expressing herself was indecent. That belief, sustained for years, had created a subconscious association between visibility and punishment. Her skin reacted like an alarm. I'm being seen, so I must cover up. I proposed a corrective prayer directed to the subconscious. I am safe when I show myself. My face is peace. My skin shines with truth. I have nothing to hide. I am seen with love. Along with this, she was to practice calm breathing in front of the mirror while visualizing her face bathed in white light as if wrapped in a veil of purity. Within a few weeks, her confidence grew and her skin responded. Her body no longer needed to protect her because the inner danger was gone. This doesn't mean you should abandon medical care. It means you can, at a higher cost, that you can completed physical treatments with a profound mental shift. Because if you don't correct the previous form, the body will keep projecting the same one over and over. But if you change the story, if you introduce a new image, a new word, on a new perception, then the skin reflects it like a canvas, beginning to cleanse itself. The skin does not resist, it simply waits for a new command. Try this simple experiment. Every time you wash your face or hands or apply cream, repeat a short affirmation. I am clean inside. This skin is renewing. This skin reflects the peace of my soul. Don't say it mechanically. Feel the you're speaking to each cell, that you easily erasing the old message, that you're programming a new story. Repeat it for several days without stressing over immediate results. The subconscious needs continuity, not pressure. Once it sees that the new image is consistent, it will begin to replace the old one, not out of womb, but out of obedience. The skin is the place where the soul wants to say something. If you listen to it, it will reveal its message. And if you change what is said internally, it will change what it shows externally. There's no mystery here. There's a law, and that law is called correspondence. What is within becomes without. What is hidden is revealed. What is fear is expressed. What is loved is healed. That is why your skin deserves a new movie, a new script, a new light. Thank you.